Hello, I'm Andy, N0APX, Product Manager for World Radio League and Ham Radio Prep Contributor. We'll take a look at how to find parks near you that you can activate, how to set up your log, and how easy and feature-rich the contact logging flow is in World Radio League. Let's dive in. Let's start easily by hunting a POTA contact and getting it in the log. I've got my ICOM IC756 Pro 3 connected to my World Radio League account via cat control, and I'm going to hunt a CW contact. First of all, I'll open up a logbook. This one is my logbook for January. I'll go to the spotting tab. Let me go ahead and turn up the radio so we can hear it. Now I'm going to select a spot from the spotting page. Let's try this one. And that's a completed contact. Now all I have to do is change the RST set to what I set, which is 559. You can see we default to 599, which is what he sent me, so I don't have to change that. And we already pulled the frequency, the call sign, and the part number by simply double-clicking the spot on the spotting page. I'll go ahead and click Log Contact. And the contact is in our log. And you can also see that it highlighted it green on the spotting page so that we don't accidentally work that station again. Now, as you can see, logging a hunted POTA contact is extremely easy. But what about activating? I'm getting ready to go out and activate a park later today, so I'm going to set up that logbook and walk you through every step in the process. It's very simple and very intuitive and a whole lot of fun. Let's take a look. First of all, let's click the Start POTA Activation button. Now, if the park was close to me, I could use the Find My Park button, but in this case, it's a little ways away, so I'm going to type it in. I don't remember the number, so let me just type in the name. And there it is, US 1747 Bennett Springs State Park. I don't know exactly what frequency I'll be operating on, but it will probably be on 20 meters CW. Now, I'm not going to auto spot yet because I'm not in the park yet. I'm just setting up my logbook. Now you can see it pulled the park location information right here. If this is a large park or maybe a trail, you might need to edit this location a bit to make sure it's where you are. In this case, it's a small enough park that this is going to be very close. You can click Start Logging. Now let's walk you through a few of the features in this POTA logging template. First of all, you can see the park number is listed right here. If this is a multi-park activation, sometimes referred to as a twofer or threefer, or however many parks you're activating, you can type the next park right here and add it just by clicking on that entry in the list. If you want to remove a park, simply click the X. Now let's take a look at POTA Autospotting. This is a really cool way to spot your own station on the POTA spotting page so that POTA hunters can find you more easily. If you already have a frequency listed, that will pop up automatically here, and you can add a comment like CQ POTA. That way hunters know that you are available for call. Now, one thing to note, when you're finished with your activation, you want to remember to use this field to send a QRT spot so that hunters will know that you've finished your activation and are no longer activating. Once you've entered all the details and you're ready to send your spot, simply click the blue button right here and it will send it straight to the POTA page for you. Now, let's say someone calls you with a park-to-park station. World Radio League has a very cool feature where if they are listed on the spotting page already, their park number will automatically be loaded into the their park field right here whenever you enter their call sign. But if they're not on the spotting page yet, it's very easy simply to add their park number right here before you log the contact. Once you log the contact, you'll get a really cool little park to park logo listed on your contact. Another cool way to find a park to activate is by going to the Activities tab. This will show you all the parks near your location. You can see it marks your location, the big purple marker right here, and then you've got POTA sites, WWFF sites, and SOTA sites. If you're located where you may have some IOTA sites near you, those will be displayed on the map as well. We can find the park that I'm planning on activating by going up this direction. There it is, right there. You can see it was last activated on World Radio League 14 days ago by AC0DX. We can view the park details by clicking this button. I've already created my logbook, so it lists my activation here now too. The other cool thing about the activities page is the list view. This gives you a list of parks ordered by proximity, or how close they are to you. To create a logbook, simply click the plus button. This instantly creates a logbook, and you can just start logging. Now let's say I'm in a park and I hear November 0 Whiskey Radio Lima park to park. I immediately enter November 0 Whiskey Radio Lima. And I say, November 0 Whiskey Radio Lima, this is November 0 Alpha Papa X-Ray. You are 5959 in Park US 1747 QSL. Then James might enter something like, QSL, you are 59 in Park 10215, and I have a second op for you. Assuming he wasn't already on the spotting page, I would put 10215. I would add that park, then I can go back up to the call sign field, enter a comma, and say, all right, James, go ahead with your second op. Then I might hear something like, November 0 Alpha Papa X-Ray, this is November 4 Bravo Foxtrot Romeo. As you can see, I entered N4 BFR right after the comma, and it looks up Jim's call sign. Now you can enter as many comma-separated call signs as necessary. When you're done, just hit Log Contact, and it will log them all in the park that you selected. Now I'm going to pull up a POTA activation from a few weeks ago. I'll use this one from one of my favorite parks, Cedar Gap. If I go to the stats page, you can see some really cool information. In this particular activation, I logged QSOs at a rate of 53.6 QSOs per hour. I had 4 park-to-park contacts. The activation lasted 31 minutes with 28 total QSOs. My top band was 20 meters, my top mode was single sideband, and I worked 2 DX entities, the United States and Canada. My longest contact was KJ7 RPL, 1,626.2 miles. I worked 15 states and provinces. This is a really cool way to visualize your activation in a statistics format. You can click the Share Stats button to share this on social media or anywhere else you'd like. We also have the Map tab. This is another really cool way to visualize your contacts. And when you're ready, you can click the Share Map button, generate a beautiful map share view with a few stats on the side that you can also share on social media. If you don't like the way the map looks, no problem. You can customize almost every detail using our Customize Map feature. When you're done with an activation, you'll of course want to upload it to the POTA site. We'll cover how to get your log uploaded in another video, but I'm going to go ahead and show you how to export your log ready for upload from World Radio League. First, go to your logbook settings. Now, either scroll down or click the Export tab. Now you can see we have a few different options. First, we have export log files with an export ADIF, export Cabrillo, or export US 10215 ADIF. This is the one we're most interested in. Now, if you've activated more than one park at the same time, you'll have an option for each individual park. In this instance, I only activated one, so I'll click the export button for that park, and it immediately downloads an ADIF file formatted perfectly for upload to the POTA site. Now let's say you activated the park with another operator. No problem. Just enter the call sign of the other operator here. Now you can export an ADIF for upload to their POTA account as well, and if they want to upload it to their World Radio League account, just export the regular ADIF option. Now let's talk about the mobile app. Mobile app is fully offline capable, so you can log in those remote locations away from internet access. Once you return to an internet connection, it will sync all of your contacts online with the rest of your account. Now, almost all of these logging features that we've discussed already, comma-separated logging, park-to-park logging, copying a spot to your logbook, it's all available in the mobile app as well. Let's take a quick look. I'm going to go ahead and log a contact with K4AZE. Put in a frequency of 14.235. Now you can see I have the option to add a park number if he's a park-to-park contact. I'll go ahead and click the log button, and you can see this orange icon popped up. That means the contact is logged locally on your device. As soon as it disappears, it is fully synced with your online account. And the mobile app has some other cool features too. Copying a spot to your log is just as easy as tapping it and then tapping copy spot to log. Then, once you've completed the contact, just click the blue log button and you're done. If you've entered some details incorrectly, just tap the clear button. It will reset all of your logging fields except for your frequency field, ready for logging. You also have access to a map view of your contacts in the mobile app. You can also export your log from the mobile app. Just go to the settings page and click the appropriate export ADIF option. Now let me leave you with a couple of quick tips. First of all, if you're in a location where you do not have internet and you log your contacts in the mobile app offline, be sure you open your app briefly once you return to an internet connection to sync your contacts to your online account. And finally, if you want to learn more about Parks on the Air or World Radio League, we have activation videos as well as plenty other tips to get you on the air with POTA and even activate your first park with CW. If you want to learn more about ham radio or get or upgrade your ham radio license, go to hamradioprep.com and check out all the fantastic courses we have there. To log your ham radio contacts, sign up for free at worldradioleague.com. I'm Andy in 0APX saying 73, and I hope to get you in the log soon.
If you enjoyed this video, please pay us a visit to hamradioprep.com. We've got license courses to help you get started or upgrade your ham radio license. We cover technician, general, and amateur extra. And once you get licensed, you want to get involved in advanced activities. So check out our courses on POTA, HF operating, emergency communications, and satellites. And a great way to optimize your ham radio experience is at worldradioleague.com. This is a next generation logger where you can keep track of those POTA contacts, make friends in our community, and climb the leaderboard.